Posted by you/your girl Ananis here. I 34F feel pressure having to take care of my mother 72F who never considers me as her daughter. I really need to get this off my chest because I have no one to turn to for support about my problems. A bit long background before I tell the situation right now. I am a 34-year-old woman living in Canada, but I am Chinese. My father's family, I'm not sure if they ever considered me family, has run a successful fishing business for nearly 70 years. They have a lot of money and are well known for their successful business. My mother's family is wealthy because both of my grandparents are professors. My two older brothers, 36M and 38M, get everything they want, whereas I have to beg them to buy me a new pair of shoes because they despise the fact that I exist in this world. What's the reason? A typical Asian reason for disliking women. Boys are superior to girls. Women should stay in the kitchen while men make money, that sort of thing. My parents despise the fact that I can outshine my two wonderful brothers. Not going to happen though. I am not smart at all, but I am active and always participates in events and stuff. They always tell me not to do this or that and to stay at home and clean the house. I moved out after graduating from high school and received a scholarship. I flew to US and graduated 4 years ago. I passed the board exam and am returning to Canada to look for work. Following that, I received a phone call from my grandmother congratulating me. I feel super happy since when I was a child, she has been the only person who has shown genuine concern for me and has given me gifts. Small thing, but I 100% appreciate it. My parents chastised me for bragging about my accomplishments and tried to force me to resign from my job. I've cut all contact with them since then, but I've kept in touch with my brothers, who also treat me good. They are probably sick of my parents' behavior as well, but they don't know how to cut ties because my parents expect a lot from them. Now, the main reason I'm posting this is that my mother has been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. My brothers both refused to stay with her and asked my father to hire a nanny or caregiver instead. My father had no choice but to ask me if I could at least be with my mother. No, I said. I told him that if they only remember me because they have no other options, I'm out. I don't care if my mother is afraid of needles or simply wants some company while undergoing chemotherapy. How can they expect me to look after them when they treat me as an outsider and criticize me as a useless child? They never give me love, support, or even simple compliments. All my life, they have blamed me for this and that. But still, she is the woman who gave birth to me, and I feel terrible about it. I don't know what to do. My mind is a mess, and I can't do any work because of the continuous calls from my mom's family side and from my dad's family side forcing and pushing me to agree to take care of the sick woman who gave birth to me. What do I do? Note, yes, my mother told me that she never considers me as her daughter when I told them that I am flying to US to study. When I was a child every birthday, she would look at me with disgust and told me she never wished to celebrate any more of my birthdays. TLDR, I 34F don't know if I should take care of my sick mother, 72F. She never treats me as her daughter and always saw me as someone who can just die, and they couldn't care less. Now onto some comments before the update. Posted by Kill Sophia. You don't need to take care of your mother. Block them. If they have never treated you like family, then they're not your family. You don't owe that woman care just because she gave birth to you. Permaband007 responded with, stated perfectly. You don't owe them anything and never have to speak to them, ever again. Julia Skig responded with, please take this to heart. Please don't waste another minute on your mother or father. You could spend time taking care of your mother and being abused by her, and hurt your career, but when it comes time to inherit, you will be left out. Your parents have showed you who they are. Believe them. Avina Landon responded with, you don't need to take care of your mother. Block them. If they have never treated you like family, then they're not your family. You don't owe that woman care just because she gave birth to you. Apologies for hijacking the top comment, and I do agree with every word of it. Now, the main reason I'm posting this is that my mother has been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. My brothers both refused to stay with her and asked my father to hire a nanny or caregiver instead. But still, she is the woman who gave birth to me, and I feel terrible about it. I'd think that your mother gave birth to your brothers as well, so the decision is not only on you but on your brothers as well, and they've made their decision. I think your brothers might now be realizing that you were treated unfairly while growing up. If they don't, then have conversations with them to remind them of that. Tell your parents that they can't treat you as an unwanted child where they were being inconvenienced by your mere existence and then expect you to take a significant burden/responsibility on your shoulders of looking after your mom. The amount of work needed by a caregiver is significant. Block your parents completely at this point. Long ago, I heard this from some stand-up comedian. Don't know who that was. At that time, I found it to be funny, but now I think it is very profound. What she said was this: treat your kids well when they are growing up, for they are the ones who choose your nursing homes and decide whether to visit you or not. Posted by Callover22332. You don't owe her or anyone else anything. Your parents are abusing you once again by expecting their investment to pan out in their time of need. Kids are not retirement plans. Even if they were good to you, you have no obligations. I commend your bravery for cutting ties and educating yourself. That must have been extremely difficult without the support you should have had. And I'm sorry your family seems to only want you in their lives when it's convenient for them. I would hold fast to your convictions and keep saying no. Saying no is difficult and obviously can come with guilt which you are feeling. Ask yourself if they would have helped you were the roles reversed, if you think your mother will still put you down and abuse you even if you were to try and help her, and what toll on your mental health helping would take. Maybe those questions can help you feel more confident in your decision. If you don't fill the cup, you can't expect a drink. Your parents could have loved you the way you deserved and enjoyed many years of reciprocal loving support. But they chose not to. Be brave and strong like you have been. You can choose to say no. Pristine Wolf 2517 responded with: first off, you are a good woman for even considering taking care of her. In spite of the torture, and I do mean torture, you endured as a child, you still managed to become successful in your own right. Just because someone birthed you doesn't mean that you owe them any respect. It's the parent's responsibility to love and support their child. When they fail that responsibility, then they don't deserve your time, much less your thoughts. You can and should politely decline and go live your life without a second thought. There is no need to delay the pursuit of your happiness. No need to feel guilty. I wish you well in your endeavors and put a smile on your face. You're worth it. Shine as best as you can and give love in all the ways you didn't have as a child. Good luck to you. Update: I, 34F, feel pressure having to take care of my mother 72F who never considers me as her daughter. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who messaged me and at least told me what I should do. I apologize for not responding to the comments because I needed to rest and get some therapy to protect my health. I had a lot of messages from my messages and we chat when I opened my phone again yesterday. Coming from my father's and mother's family. They keep urging me to return to China and bring some shame to my mother, who gave birth to me, and other such things. Because it was a group chat, my brothers saw it and decided to chastise them for forcing me and exploiting my weakness to force me to return home. They send a lengthy message in which they describe everything my mother did to me when I was a child. From not providing a heater in my room during the winter season to turning my birthday into a punishment day, and so on. My oldest brother told them that if my mother treated me well and not like garbage, I would probably take care of her. He then told them that none of her children want to care for her because she is the true witch who mentally mistreated her children. My second older brother then told them that if the two of them who had received excellent treatment from the witch don't want to look after her, what about me who she only give punishments and harsh words? After my brothers said that none of our relatives texted. If she had treated all three of us well, we would gladly return to China and take care of her. I'm currently taking a break. My boss is aware of what is going on and has granted me a week off so that I can perform well when I return to work. Please treat your children equally, all parents out there. I hope that no other children have to go through what I have. Now on to some comments. Posted by Spectrophilias. Your brothers sound amazing. It seems incredibly rare in situations like these for the favored siblings to stand up for the black sheep. I'm so glad they had your back, and wow, they had your back in the most spectacular of ways. I would give them big hugs if I were you, ha ha. I'm so glad you had their support and that they helped you put your family in their place. You deserve so much better than an awful mother like that. Posted by Apple Cinnamon Milk Tea. Filial piety is the biggest pile of bullcrap in Chinese culture. I had to deal with that too because I had the misfortune to be born first as female, which meant I brought shame to the family since I wasn't a boy. My brother is absolutely the golden child because he will inherit everything while I get nothing. Why? Because I'm female. I think you need to stop putting so much emphasis on the idea of being beholden to filial piety. Confucius has been dead for centuries, why the hell are we still expected to follow the teachings of a stupid old man? My family in China stopped talking to me when I married a Caucasian man instead of Chinese. It was such a huge betrayal them. I've dishonored my family and ancestors blah blah blah. Them choosing to go no contact with me was the best thing that ever happened to me. My life is so much happier now. F everything about filial piety, outdated and stupid. Ignore your Chinese relatives who say you're obligated to go back and take care of your mother, they can go kick rocks. A Thai Strangensis responded with this, 100%. I'm SC Asian and culturally, we also follow this concept of filial piety. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's essentially familial ties above all. You respect, honor, and obey your parents, grandparents, etc. because they gave you life, teaching, education, roof over your head, food to eat, etc. 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 I'm also very Americanized, and my mindset is that I will fulfill my filial piety only if my parents actually behave like good parents, and they are, and rear me responsibly. My heart breaks for your childhood. For your case, they only birthed you and that's the extent of it. You weren't a real child to them, unfortunately, you probably were a girl baby they didn't want. You don't owe them anything but the years you had with them under their roof and obeying their commands and enduring all those punishments you didn't deserve as a child. Good on you to have moved out, stand on your own 2 feet and have a successful career. You proved them wrong. They wanted boys. They got what they asked for, and now, they're claiming you when they have a use for you? Terrible humans. Sorry to say, but it looks like karma came knocking, asking for her by name.